God built the earth. So kids, this is going to be complicated, so listen carefully, okay? Since you were not here when God made the earth, that means that God is older than you are. See, Job had the same problem that most of us have. He did not have a good appreciation for who God was. Come to chapter 40. God said, "Behold now Behemoth." Well, what on earth is a behemoth? Well, whatever it was, Job could behold it. Because God never tells you to do something you can't do. See, God would not say, "Behold now Behemoth," if he could not behold now Behemoth. That's deep theology, I know, okay, but think it through, all right? Now, some reference Bibles say Behemoth is probably the elephant or hippopotamus. Oh, that is ludicrous. I believe Behemoth is the long-necked dinosaur. Now, there are 13 different long-necked dinosaurs, okay? There's the brachiosaur, the apatosaur, the cetosaur. It's got the big teeth, okay? There's the blondosaur. You have to talk to her kind of slow, okay? I think Behemoth is the apatosaur. It says he eats grass as an ox. Some people say, "Hey, my Bible says elephant and elephants eat grass." Well, duh, bunny rabbits eat grass too, okay? A lot of animals eat grass, right? Look at the next verse. His strength is in his loins, his force is in the navel of his belly. The biggest part on him is his belly. And they say, well, elephants have a big belly. Yes, I know. Hippopotamus have a big belly. Brachiosaurus had a big belly. He has a big belly. One of the knuckle bones from a Brachiosaurus. Now this will be kind of complicated, so listen carefully. The reason he had such big toe bones is because he had big toes. How many can figure that out with no help? 4, 5, 6, okay. And the reason he had those big toes is because he had a big foot. There's a kid taking a bath in a brachiosaur footprint. Picture's on the book right here on the steps. And the reason he had that big foot is because he had a big leg to hold up. His front leg is 20 feet tall. That's about what it boils down to, isn't it? He's going to have to tell you what to do, and you just simply do it without question. For instance, does God tell you what kind of clothes to wear? Now, 1 Timothy says the women should dress modestly. See, my daddy always said, if you're not in business, don't advertise. He made them. And Satan said, you know, there has to be some way I can use dinosaurs against God. But he couldn't fool Adam. Not with dinosaurs. Adam named them. Can you imagine the devil walking up to Adam and saying, hey, Adam, did you know dinosaurs lived millions of years ago? Adam would say, are you stupid? There's one in the backyard right there eating on a cherry tree. I mean, what do you mean millions of years ago? The devil couldn't fool Noah. I mean, he fed him every day. But for the next 4,000 years, dinosaurs became more rare. They were dying off or being killed off or whatever, you know, some of the reasons they died. And by 1809, they were just nearly extinct. And somebody found the bones and put one together. 1809, first dinosaur that we know of, put together for a museum. Satan was there that day and said, wow, here's my chance. These critters have always lived with man. I know that, and God knows that. But these people don't know that. So the devil said, I think I'm going to tell everybody they lived millions of years ago. And if they believe it, it'll make them doubt the Bible. And boy, has it worked good. You know, for the last 200 years, kids have gone to kindergarten and they get a book like this. I can read about dinosaurs. Would anybody like to take a wild guess at what the first sentence in the book says? Millions of years ago. Hey, how many kids are being taught that in your town? At your expense, you are paying for the destruction of the next generation. Now, maybe that doesn't bother you, but it bothers me. My gorgeous wife and travel all over the world. Been gone, let's see, over 200 days a year for years now. Flew 215 times last year. Spoke over 900 times. If you think I leave my gorgeous wife and my 4 grandkids because I like being gone, you are mistaken. Okay? They'd much rather be home. But there's a war going on. Somebody's got to warn the troops. Hello, to arms. The British are coming. You know, pick up your gun, guys. Let's go. There are kids by the billions being brainwashed on this planet. Anybody ever heard of Loch Ness? Loch Ness is a huge lake, 24 miles long, a mile to a mile and a half wide, up to 900 feet deep. 1933, the first year the road was put in, there were 52 separate sightings of the Loch Ness Monster. This author said there have been 9,000 reported sightings today. Now that was back in the 1960s when this book was written. Today it's over 11,000 reported sightings of the Loch Ness Monster. 11,000. Of course, some are fakes and frauds, okay? I wouldn't trust the, weekly world news, where they got all this weird stuff in there. But Sir Peter Scott's a member of Parliament. He said he saw it. He believes it's a plesiosaur. Almost everybody that sees it says it's this animal right here, a plesiosaurus. Long neck, 4 big flippers. One guy wrote a book and he said, some people think Nessie is a plesiosaur. There's one thing wrong with this theory. Plesiosaurs are believed to have become extinct 70 million years ago. Oh, is that what's wrong with the theory? I think this evolution theory's got to be the biggest hindrance to scientific research there's ever been. Okay? You look at the facts, forget your theories, look at the facts and come up with your conclusions. Okay? We can go all day about Loch Ness Monster, but they said this photograph was a fake, and it probably was, but I don't know. It's interesting, they waited till the last guy involved died to announce it's a fake. Now how do you check out the truth? But anyway, there are other lakes besides Loch Ness. There's Loch Lochy, Loch Moron. There are many other lakes reporting creatures. There's one called the Morgwar, the Cornish sea serpent by England. The English Channel has many reported sightings of a creature like this. In 1749, in England, a creature was caught resembling in some degree an alligator, but having 2 large fins. The body was covered with impenetrable scales and had 5 rows of teeth. 1934, this thing washed up on the beach in Normandy, France. There's a guy standing there looking at it for scale. A couple of scientists reported this creature swam past their boat in Brazil in 1905. They reported the whole thing in a scientific journal. This isn't really a science book anymore. It's a book about evolution. Somebody wants to make sure your kids believe that theory because it's part of a much bigger long-range plan toward a new world order.